thank you all for coming today. I'm going to start a little bit briefly to talk about who Soft PLC Corporation is in case you don't know of us or what we do. We actually were founded back in 1983 as Teledenk and Resources. We did some PLC-type support software and drivers, and back in 1993, I believe, we changed the name of the company to Soft PLC Corporation because that is our core technology, and so we felt it more appropriate to be known as Soft PLC. We are focused on industrial automation products. Our expertise has always been in embedded and communications type software, operating systems, real low-level type products. And so you'll find that in all of our products, the communications are really optimized for not only performance, but also to make sure that error reporting and all that is taken care of very nicely. We've kind of got a reputation as being innovators. We have a lot of industry first type kudos to our name. What we tend to do is take open architecture and computer-based technologies and apply them to industrial automation products. The computer industry tends to move very fast and be very innovative, whereas the industrial automation market is a little bit slower. So we try to move that computer technology into the industrial automation market so that we can take advantage of those things. We're also an extremely customer-driven company. It's not unusual for a customer to request a feature, and we'll drop everything that we were planning to do on our own and add that feature into our product for them, and then that becomes part of our standard product. We can react quickly. We have a lot of hooks in our products. We have a lot of interfaces, open architecture interfaces that allow us and our customers to do things like customize it for a particular application or adapt it for talking to something else or tweaking it. And so because of the way our products are architected, we can very quickly meet customer needs without a big, long development cycle or a lot of cost. So if I just briefly go over our core products, our main technology is Soft PLC, which is a programmable automation controller line. And the way our packs are designed is we have an embedded Linux kernel with a runtime software that we embed into different hardware platforms, and those become the same type firmware programmable controller with different hardware. So we have things like this little guy here, which we call our micro. It'll fit in the palm of your hand. Has Ethernet and serial type communications, but not a whole lot of other ports. This is our smart Soft PLC line. As you can see, it has an embedded Ethernet router. It's got 6 serial ports. It's got expansion for adding things like field buses like Profibus, DeviceNet, CAN, and other type interfaces. And then we have what we call our hard books, which are industrial computers that we put the software on for very, very high-end applications where we need dual-core processors, quad-core processors, extremely rugged temperatures, or a whole lot of expansion slots or that sort of thing. So we have, like I said, a range of hardware models, but the firmware, the programming software, and all the features are the same. The packs can also be considered as gateways or protocol converters. Because we have all these drivers and all these ports, just by not necessarily changing the product, but changing the way you think of it, it slides in very nicely as a gateway between differing networks. TagWell, which is our focus today, is our cloud-based remote management platform, and we're going to talk about that in more detail, so I'm just going to mention that now. And the last thing I want to mention is that we have partnered with Indusoft for many, many years, since Indusoft started, actually. And we actually have an OEM version of Web Studio that we sell as Soft PLC Web Studio, and we package it with industrial computers so that we can offer an HMI type product where we do the integration for the customer so they don't have to worry about having the Windows CE be compatible and that sort of thing with the CE view. So the next thing I want to do is actually get into the TagWell and the interface between Web Studio and TagWell. So first, some definitions. Scott did a great job talking about what is the Internet of Things. If you go on the Internet, you can find 8,000 definitions. But what I do want to mention is that the term M2M, or machine to machine, is used interchangeably with IoT a lot of times. M2M tends to be used more in our industry than the IoT. The IoT is very generic. It talks about refrigerators letting you know when you need to order milk, and golf clubs and other things, whereas M2M tends to be used more when we're talking about industrial systems or controllers or that sort of thing. But it's basically the same thing. It's devices talking to devices to the cloud, to each other, so that people don't need to be involved, but the data becomes available. So what is the cloud? The cloud's the Internet. It's just a fancy marketing term. It's just all the servers and thin clients and routers that are out there connecting all these computers together. Cloud computing is the applications that run in the cloud. And those can be a wide variety of things, but some common parameters of cloud computing is that it's on demand. You don't need to install anything. It's there for you. It's on the Internet. You just need to access it. It's location independent. You don't know where that server is. You don't really care. The cloud service provider takes care of making sure that the service is available regardless of conditions in terms of resources, natural disasters, that sort of thing. And resources can be allocated based on demand. You don't need to have somebody go run out and buy another drive. It's all there for you. It's all taken care of. So there's different kinds of clouds. There's private clouds, which are for use by a single organization, which could be at an office, or it could be at a third-party provider like Amazon or Microsoft or IBM. There are public clouds, which, again, could be anywhere, but they're set up for use by the general public. And then there are hybrids, which is a combination of the two. The services available, they used to talk about platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, software as a service. Those terms have all kind of gone by the wayside because there's been so much blending of what's being offered by the different applications. So instead of that, I'm just going to list the kind of things that are available. So you have infrastructure. These are the things that the IT department would typically provide. You've got hard drive space for your database. You've got networking services. You've got security. You've got backup. All of those type infrastructure computer services. You've got software applications. Cloud software applications are going to run in a thin client or a web browser. That means you don't need to install something on your computer to run these type applications. The third thing that is available is software tools or development products that allow people to develop cloud-based applications. And the idea here is, again, you don't need to purchase or install something to build an application, and it becomes available to the whole team regardless of where that team is located. And so people who provide cloud services will offer, as I mentioned, combinations of these things. And cloud services are typically fee-based subscription products. and it's based on usage, which might be number of users, might be amount of disk space, might be time, but they're typically a monthly fee or an annual fee that gets adjusted based on if the usage changes. And so again, these things are dynamic. You don't need to commit upfront to more than you think you need. If you get too much and things scale back, you can usually scale back without too much of a penalty. The next thing I want to talk about is a private subnet, and this is key because this is where you can get security for your devices. So a private subnet is a group of nodes that are networked together on a common segment with private IP addresses. So that means that they're not published on the internet. They're not available to anyone. So for example, when a corporation has multiple offices and they set up their structure, all those different computers can talk to each other, but I can't go in and talk to somebody at Indusoft's computer, for example, unless they allow me to do so. Cell phones is another example. Your cell phone is on a private subnet of the provider, and it has access to the internet, but people don't have access to hack into your cell phone. And then the third example is going to be machine-to-machine type nodes. So where you have maybe some remote lift stations in a water utility, those can all be networked together, but they can be protected by putting them on a private subnet. So subnet nodes can talk to each other, but they're protected from access by the public unless special techniques are used, and TagWell is one of those special techniques. So just real quick, the benefits of cloud computing and Internet of Things is reduced need for capital equipment. You have unlimited processing capabilities that's dynamically allocated. The cloud service provider, the platform provider, is going to have built-in redundancy and disaster recovery. Now, every cloud provider will not have that, so you need to choose carefully. You want somebody who's really in the business and has things like servers in multiple cities, so if there's a flood or a hurricane, you're not going to lose access to everything. And you want to make sure that everything's backed up, and the good providers will provide that for you. And the other benefit of cloud-based computing is faster deployment and development because a lot of the base functionality is there. You don't have to build it from scratch. Because, again, it doesn't matter where this stuff is, everybody has access, whether they're traveling, whether they're at home, in the office. You've got built-in reliability and a lot of security because of the way you've got experts setting up these subnets and other cloud-type